Hello everyone and welcome to day 2 of the Arena Open that features Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft this time. So day 1 was a sealed deck event and day 2 will be draft. It's a best of 3 draft also. The structure of the event is you play up to 8 wins or 2 match losses, so you can lose once. And of course the main prizes here are actual money prizes. 2,500 US dollars is the main prize, and then there's slightly lower amounts possible to be won too. Also, I think Region 6 wins does give you the invite to the next month's qualifier weekend, which will also be a Neo Dynasty draft, so that would be interesting. I am not at top 1200 mythic currently, so if I would be able to reach this 6th win mark, that would I wouldn't have to worry about the top 1200 finish in that case. There are some gem prizes here for lower win counts too. And yeah, the initial couple of wins don't actually even increase your prices. You are guaranteed to get 5,000 gems, and then only the win number 3 starts getting you additional prizes. But let's hop to the draft now. Okay, well, pretty cool start. A mythic rare Planeswalker, one of the best limited cards in the format for sure. It is an incredibly good Planeswalker, so it's gonna be the pick very easily, of course. This is actually a strong pack. There's also an Assassin's Ink and the Kami's Flare, decent removal spells, and okay, the Kumano faces Kagazan and the Dockside Jeff are interesting uncommons too. Funnily, there are 3 1-mana uncommons here. Alright, well, let's take this and just hope that white is even somewhat open. This is a double white mana cost, so I cannot just splash that card. I have to play white as a main color in order to play this thing, but this is really a reason to force white. Now, this is interesting. The same cards as in the previous pack, this uncommon and this common here. There's a Bone to Drive and the Dragonfly Suit. I think I would take the Bone to Drive over the Dragonfly Suit. If I were to take a white card, now the good cards in this pack are also like Colossal Sky Turtle. I don't think I'm going to take that. It's more like a question of do I take the red removal here or just stay completely white here. Bone to Drive will be decent if you have some of the vehicles, but I don't know. I mean, 1-for-1 removal is still good. I've actually gotten some, I've gotten beaten by decks in this draft format still that have just, removal on my threats. So I don't think, even though value plays are maybe better in this format, it feels like a removal is still good. And yes, red-white might not be the best color combination, but if I get, good quality red cards and good quality white cards, I can easily play red-white still and have a winning deck. There's a Silver Fur Master, not really an option given that I have the double white rare here. So Eiganjo Uprising is interesting. It's also a little bit risky. I don't think it's that good. For 6 mana, for instance, I'd much rather play the thing that gives me 3 Samurai and I get to Scry for 3. I do like the befriending the mods, especially if I play red and white. This can be usually will mean a little bit of an aggressive deck, and this is great in aggressive decks. So I think I like this more than the Eiganjo Uprising. Who knows, maybe if I'm still red-white when this pack comes back, and if that rare is still in the pack, I would pick it and maybe consider playing it. Now this is interesting. There's a red-white build around uncommon, which I think is worst of the bunch. It's still okay, but it's nothing amazing. 5 mana and 3 toughness really, is a bad combination. I'm definitely taking the Kami's Flare over the Captain. There's also a good chance it will come back to me from this pack. But yeah, let's take the Kami's Flare. This is also a splashable card, so I don't have to be red-white. I can play white something that splashes for the Kami's Flare. And this is an interesting pack because there's a really good black card here still. This is maybe the best black common, or at least very close to best. I'm not sure if I would be picking this over the Twisted Reflection, the 4 mana removal, but I could easily see doing that. Now, am I going to be picking the black card here, or just take the Simeon Sling? And yes, I don't see a lot of white here, but that's still not gonna be a big problem. I think I will play the Wandering Emperor here, so Now it's just a question between the Simian Sling and Okiba Reckoner Raid. Now if I get this so late, but the Sling is good too, but I have to take this. I think this is a signal. I mean, black could be open here or not. I mean, what's this then? But I guess I can live without the Simian Sling, but it is a really decent card. I would have, now that I'm not getting another good black card from this pack, I would switch this into the Simian Sling. I took this mostly because I felt it like it is a signal. And who knows, maybe black can still be passed to me later in this pack. Hinata is... Now if I am red-white, I could splash this for blue. There's even Swift Water Cliffs, but I don't think it's really worth doing. It's a 4-mana 4/4 flyer, but 3 colors is nasty. Here I'm taking the Ninja's Kunai or the Dragonfly Suit. I think with 2 Kami's flares I don't need the Kunai. I'll take the Dragonfly Suit here. It's I think quite a decent card. Okay, so black is just, I mean, I just took the Reckoner Raid and that was like some kind of an anomaly pack because I don't see any black here coming to me. Now here I can take I could take the Ironhoof Boar, could take the Song Saber. It seems like red is open so that I will be just red as my main color to Tamiya's compilation. Probably not. This would allow me to splash something, but I guess I'll take the Song Saber. It's not the greatest 2-drop in this because I'm not necessarily getting a lot of white artifacts, but I have already one, so who knows? Maybe this will get some pump effects. But yeah, I definitely now would want to have the Simian Sling instead of the black one drop here. But yeah, I didn't actually get any more decent black here. I guess these are playable, but yeah. Alright, so this is also bad pack for red-white. I could take the Gift of Wrath. I don't think it's that bad, especially if I get more of these early drops and just can push through with that thing. The Automated Artificer is probably not really worth it. Yeah, it's not a great pack. I could also take the Coiling Stalker, if I'm green-white splashing for the Kami's Flare. I guess that's better. I'll take it here just in case I, get past a lot of green. Green has seemed to be a bit open. Yeah. Okay, there's some white cards now. Multiple options. Wow, well, I'm taking one of them, but is it gonna be the Mechanic or the Kitsune Ace, which would give this thing first strike? It could even be the Moth Rider Patrol. I think all of these are worth considering. The reason I'm thinking about Hotshot Mechanic here is that I have this, slight artifact payoff here. So maybe I'll just take the aggressive 1-drop here. Kitsune is okay if you have vehicles, and I have already one, but maybe it's fine. Alright, I'll take another suit over the Kami of Industry here. And here, Raider Sentinel has Defender, Mills. Okay, this is not really for this deck. Let's take the Artificer if I get some expensive artifacts I'm actually wanting to play. Okay, Gift of Wrath can be picked now. Alright, so... Well, I got 2 Kami's Flares and the Wandering Emperor. I didn't get, by the way, the 5-drop Samurai, but I don't even care about it that much. It's a 5-mana 3 toughness creature. Yes, it has haste and it has an ability that can, depending on the board state, can be really good even. But I just don't think it's really that. I mean, missing out on that thing is not really a problem. I think I took the... Did I take the Kami's Flare over it? Number 2. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not sad about not getting that 5-drop back. Okay, blue was quite open here. I still take this. This is a card you can play even in the main deck, I suppose, but mostly as a sideboard. You can bring it in because this is a best of 3 format. Alright, so another copy of this thing, and yeah, someone took it in the previous pack, but I still don't think this is that good. It's such an unfortunate that opponent gets those samurai too. This is a finisher, and that's pretty much all it is, I think. I like the touch, the spiritual, good 3-mana card and interesting 2-mana channel option in some cases. I think I would take the experimental synthesizer over the Eiganjo uprising as well. But let's take the quality removal spell. I do need some, actual creatures now, and I get them. Okay, pretty good combination of green cards there, but I think, well, I have the Kami's Flare here. Yeah, there's a world where I could be green, white splashing for the Kamigawa, perhaps. Okay, don't even know which I would want to have here, but I think I can just take the Imperial Oath and kind of be done with it. Although the Peerless Samurai isn't that bad either, but maybe it comes back to me. I'm not even sure actually. I like the Oath a lot. Born to Drive wouldn't be that bad, but I have 2 Dragonflies, so it's okay. Actually, if I play both of them, I want to have the Born to Drive. I kind of forgot I picked another one, and it is a card I'm willing to play at 2 copies. Alright, so this pack has decent options. The Patchwork Automaton, how do you say it? With 4 other artifacts, it's not easy to get that many artifacts within red white. I don't think that's the pick. There is a Spirited Companion, which I might take over the Era of Enlightenment. There's another Born to Drive though. That's interesting. Should I kind of just pick it now again? It has also the over option. Sometimes you can make a massive pump effect with it. I don't know. Let's pick it. Let's pick it. It's interesting at least. All right. So here, befriending the mods here, Scrapyard, Steelbreaker. I think would rather have the 2-mana card here. The Song Shaper. The Ironhoof Boar is nice, but I don't actually know what should I take here. The Song Shaper isn't the greatest 2-drop. That's for sure. Okay, I'll take another befriending the mods here. Yeah, I really like this in aggressive decks, which I still assume I will be here. Now there's a chance I won't be that. Alright, so Roadside Reliquary. I have a bunch of these things, so it can be an interesting pick here. The Steelbreaker is playable, but I have some 4-mana cards already. The Gift of Wrath is, by the way, not the card I'm expecting to currently play, so maybe I should just move it to sideboard for now. I'm willing to play all these cards though. Now Iron Apprentice. Now I think I might take the Reliquary. It could be my 17th land. It can draw 1 or 2 cards. You don't have to get both of these. Don't think this Steelbreaker is that great here, so I'll take the land here. Okay, how about here? Another equipment. Sorry, vehicle I mean. But I think the 2 suits are good for now. Now Aki Ronin and Moth Rider Patrol are the options. I think I might take the 1-drop also because they can just crew the vehicles I have here. Okay, let's take the Patrol. Okay, this is actually only, look at this. I don't even realize it, but this is only 2 red cards because the Song Shaper isn't really something new. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I should have just moved away from red. But I don't know what else there is. Now this pack has like a Acquisition Octopus, Virus Beetle. This is the 3rd one I see here, by the way, of these cards. But Spinning Wheel Cake, Koi, Centipede, interesting non-white and non-red cards here. So if I would be not, I guess I'll take the Octopus, because if I'm going to be blue-white, I don't really want to be, but look at these packs, there's nothing for me. There's 3 green cards I would be happy to play. There's a Brute Suit, which just I mean, I understand I do have 2 of these Born to Drives, but how many vehicles can I actually play here? I just don't think I can be green here anymore at this point. I think I'll take the Brute. I could take the Lucky Offering too for sideboard. That's so nasty. Red is definitely drafted a lot in here. The only reason I took the Brute Suit is that I do have the double come on, Born to Drive here to get those tokens that yeah, the ability to crew vehicles that as though the power was too greater is not even relevant for these crew 1 things, but the idea is to have enough creatures to keep crewing your vehicles, because that's of course the the hard part in vehicles. Sometimes you don't have a creature and then they are just do nothing cards. Okay, I can take the Papercraft Deco here. So I think there was an opening to start drafting some other color besides red in addition to white here. but I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm happy about having the Peerless Samurai here. I'll take that. I think I will try to be just red and white here. Just the pack 2 was disappointing pack for sure. As you can see, there's not a lot of my colors open here now. Okay, I can take this Steel Breaker too. It's fine. This is 6 creatures, but how many sagas? That's 2 sagas. Okay, so that's 8 creatures, but of course the Bone to Drives represent creatures too. So is that like 10 creatures out of 17 cards that are not lands? Probably. Okay, Crackling Emergence. Don't expect to be playing that. The Kami War. Alright, so well, I'm not gonna take the Mythic Rare here, even though I could still take one for my collection. That's not important in an Arena Open Day 2 when I could win even up to $2,500. So that's out of question here. So the good cards in this pack that I'd be interested in taking are the Kitsune and the Kami's Flare number 3. I really like the Kitsune. I really like the Kami's Flare too, though. I don't have a modified theme here, so this is not going to work that well. Yeah, let's take the Double Striker. I think it's such a nice card to have. Alright, Kitsune Ace. Now, this is an Axel 2-drop I'm happy to have now. Definitely. Because of the... If I'm going to play all my vehicles, which I still might not do, but I would take it here over the Unstoppable Ogre for sure, but I might take in the Seismic Wave because this is really good against certain decks. Not so great against, all of them. Is there a good chance this comes back? This is the only white card in the pack, so some white drafters might just take it as a random 2-drop. It's not that desirable for many people. I would be very happy to pick it here because I need both 2-drops and this will be relevant ability in this deck. But I think I take the Seismic Wave. I passed a couple of Kami's Flare already, or at least one. So maybe it's time to pick an Axel removal spell here now. Simian Sling, very easy. Also, I like the thing that makes the Brute Suit and the Dragonfly Suit so good that it is crew 1, and this format has a lot of playable 1 power creatures, including the Simian Sling here, which I'm taking. So I might actually play all 3 of these vehicles. It seems possible. I have what 3 1-drops here and only what 2 2-drops actually, and their removal spells. But the Bone to Drives help the crewing thing. Okay, Hoverbike, another vehicle here. I do like the Explosive Entry as a sideboard card. But Hoverbike is really good. It's also a 2-drop. Which of course requires help to attack with or block with it, but it's still something you can do on turn 2. And the tapping thing is nice when it has the flash too, so I think I'll take this, even though that will be my 4th vehicle. Okay, that is a 2-mana thing which I'm gonna have, and yeah, I don't need this intervention. I have removal now enough, and I'll just take this as a card I can play on turn 2. I think I would be playing the Iron Apprentice in this deck too, thanks to the vehicles I have with crew 1. I have 4 vehicles, each of them is crew 1, so that's making the Apprentice a card I could easily play, but I think I'll take the thing that will eventually become a 2/2 First Striker. Now, currently I have a 6 enchantments and 9 artifacts. That makes the Roadside Reliquary quite an interesting addition to the deck. I would actually want to have some of the lands that can help me fix my mana, so either the red-white common tap land or the land that for which you choose the color it's gonna produce. Okay, there's a Kitsune Ace, which I'm taking here easily. Papercraft Digger is actually also a card I've found. It is a little bit better than I initially thought, but here the Kitsune Ace does synergize with the deck quite nicely, so it's an easy pick. I also hope the earlier Kitsune Ace I saw is going to be coming back to me. Well, I like this pack because there's even a decent sideboard card here, but I think it's going to be... I would want to take another Hoverbike, but it feels like the mechanic is what I want to be. I don't want to be too vulnerable to things that are good against 1 toughness creatures, but I can use these to crew. Yeah, Hoverbike is good, but I think I need some Axel creatures. Okay, why are all these Hoverbikes coming back? I mean, coming not even back, but why are they here in the packs so late without anyone having picked them? There's also, look at this, Moon Circuit Hacker and the Network Disruptor. Blue was super open here. Anyway, I'll take the hobby bike now and I'm gonna play it. Ninja's Kunai. Yeah, I can take it. If I really need more removal, I have 2 Kamis Flares and the Seismic Wave, so I'm not going to main deck it. But it's something I can bring in if I just need more and more removal. Alright, so my colors definitely are not that open, but I suppose it's fine. So Aki Warpaint, I'm never playing that. I'll just take the uncommon. Ambitious Assault, probably not for this deck. Although I could see maybe sideboarding it in, because I do have, for example, 2 of these bonded drives. I can maybe in some matchups see there being a very wide board, and then I can, I mean, like a slightly board style with me just getting creatures that cannot really do anything. Then if I have the +2/+0 available, that could be a way to, win. But I'm not going to main deck that card. Okay, so some stuff here. A puppet isn't really needed here. I think this is 25 non-land cards. Not exactly sure. And yeah, I didn't get the Kitsunes. That's sad. My colors went really that open. But still, I would say that because the Mythic Rare Planeswalker is so good, drafting white was just relevant. I could have been something else than red though. In addition to white, I don't even have here more than 7 red cards currently. Yep, these are sideboard stuff here. Now my curve is ending very quickly here, as you can see. But if I'm playing my roadside reliquary, should I play 16 or 17 lands? Because my mana isn't that great, although I don't have so many red cards here. So how many artifacts it is? Actually, in the end, it is 11 with 6 enchantments. So point is that this will get a bunch of pump effects quite easily, actually. I think I could still be just this would be 8/7 and roadside reliquary, which doesn't add any colored mana. Yeah, not really sure if I'm into that. It's a very tough mana base for sure. But the reliquary can draw me easily 1 card and quite often will draw 2. Now, one thing to note here is that yes, this is 6 enchantments, but 2 of them are ones that are often going to be channeled away. So that's only 4 enchantments that I can rely on maybe having on the battlefield. Era of Enlightenment, a couple of these befriending the mods, and Touch the Spirit Realm, which more often will not be channeled. So that's actually not so much for the roadside reliquary. That might not be worth making my mana worse. Now the question is, because of the imbalance in here, should I still play 9 white sources here? Because I have a double caster and a lot more white cards. Also the Era of Enlightenment with the Scry can help me find one of my red sources. And I don't really need more than 1 red. I could see having maybe a turn 4 when I want to play a Kamis Flare and 1 other red card here, but or turn 5. But I think with 1 mountain this deck will function easily, and I will be playing 9 planes here. So this will be a 16 land deck, mostly because it's very cheap, as you can see here. I didn't even get the Imperial Oath. I don't recall. No, I did take one of the Born to Tribes over the Imperial Oath, but I guess it's fine. Now the Peerless Samurai's discount isn't gonna be that amazing, but I guess it's still an evasive creature. I think I will be cutting from the main deck the Moth Rider Patrol. I like these 1-drops more, and I don't really feel like cutting anything else in here. It is a 1/1 flyer. The tap ability is very expensive. I could see maybe sideboarding it in, but I think this is the main deck. Yeah, this is the main deck. It doesn't seem like the best deck ever. I do have actually 5 vehicles, but the thing is that my ability to crew the vehicles is pretty good. I have cheap creatures and a double bond to drive, so because I often will have 2 vehicles on the battlefield, but I still think I will be able to accrue them with regularity. And I do like the flying here. The 4-3 is also pretty decent stats, and this is nice. Yeah, I could see sideboarding out vehicles in matchups where opponent has a lot of removal, which allows them to keep me from crewing my vehicles. But I think this is the main deck I'm going to be using here. Yes, that's right. Okay, that's fine. Getting any vehicles shouldn't be a problem. These are not artifact creatures, these pilots, so they don't help with the Song Saber. But getting the removal spell is fine here. What is the 2-drop from the opponent? The Terrarium. Okay, so do we see another color here or just fetching one of these lands? Okay, green there. Alright, so yeah, I'm definitely making the pilots. Well, I guess I could really change my mind still, because I can first see what they're gonna play here. Satoru Umezawa, sadly can't kill that. I don't like to see that thing. I really was hoping that I can play this, get these pilots now, and then just attack past that dude. Which I actually could do with the Bone to Drive, but and yes, I do realize I can attack into this guy and use the Kami's Flare. It is a thing I could consider doing. This is quite annoying. All the creature cards in their hand has ninjutsu. They get to draw cards. Although it's 4 mana though. I think it's not gonna happen now. I'm gonna play this suit now that I drew it. And yeah, sadly only 1 artifact, so I can't still attack with this thing. Yeah, I didn't want to see a 4 toughness 3-drop there. But let's see now. It's quite a tempo loss to actually go through with this ninjutsu thing. And that said, they can just use anything that has ninjutsu by default, of course. So it doesn't have to be the 4 mana option. They can still have regular ninjas with ninjutsu abilities in their hand. And the question is, am I gonna block that thing? Okay, they just bounce a creature. Okay, they can bounce one of the tokens here. Oh well. Let's crew this thing. So that's the token gone for good now, and I don't think they're gonna attack with the Umezawa now. Yeah, this starts to seem very desperate now. The 3 mana 2 for only, stat wise is problematic here. For each creature and or vehicle you control, I mean, it's almost tempting to use, but I can't. The opponent has what 5 cards in their hand. They will just have interaction. I can't use this aura here. I'm not that desperate right now. So problem is that can't really let them. I might need to have to just. No, I'm gonna block the specialist. Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna block the specialist with my Song Saber so that they don't get to return this back to their hand. And I guess I'll just have to take the Satoru Umezawa. I can, use both of my spells here. Well, this is not gonna be a spell, it's gonna be an ability to make those pilots. And yes, I do also need to draw spells. I have 6 lands and 5 spells, but I can. It's not really that bad. But if I continue drawing a lot more lands, that will be a problem for sure. Okay, so they are gonna make the trade happen, that's fine. They could have actually made it into a 3-3. Alright, well now I see why they did that. So I don't know what the green is for, but it seems like they are blue-black with ninjas. So they're gonna be able to bounce something more now. That is actually horrible. That is horrible. I can't even... There's no point using the Kami's Flare here. Papercraft decoy. Ah, sure. It's fine. haven't really used the Satoru Umezawa yet, but it's just a matter of time. They get to benefit from the ability. Well, okay, this is rather easy actually. Just do this and draw a card. Okay, that is going to help. Oh, come on. This card is gonna wreck my deck. I have so many 1 toughness creatures. This is actually... This is intolerable here. Oh man, they are gonna get the other pilot too. Well, they're gonna already get it. I think that's even maybe a slight mistake. Why would they... I mean, they're gonna get this anyway. Well, I guess I'm happy they wasted that bounce, but maybe they just wanted to have the 2-2. Anyway, but now the situation is that I had, you know, I had 6 creatures here, and I have now no creatures to get this thing into, turn this into something. But anyway, what I'm doing here is, of course, should I let them give a +2/+2, or I kind of don't want them to. I can kill them both now. That's the thing here. I don't want them to gain 2 life, but I also don't want them to have something that's gonna save them. So whatever. They get the 2 life, and they have still 3. I guess I still have the 3 power flyer here once I, draw more creatures. But the life of Toshiro Umezawa, that was such a... Well, I guess, well, it got 1/1/1 away from me, because they did use the bounce thing to get rid of the other one. But I'm maybe thinking about the next game of this match. I will have to actually... I cannot sideboard all my 1 toughness creatures away, so this will be a very, very tough one. Tough one now. Okay, they have even a blocker for my flyer here. Well, isn't this just sweet? I do have to remember I have a Planeswalker in my deck, which will be a very high impact card, so I can always maybe draw that. It's possible the opponent is also holding all lands, and now they have a quadruple black caster here. Creature, if they can't, they lose 2 life and I draw a card. Enchant and Planeswalker. So I guess the menace creature is better than the flyer, so I'm going to sacrifice this now. But that was of course just insane. So yep, the opponent had a lot better game here than me. They basically dealt with everything I had, and they have more stuff left. Now this is going to be a good one. So it will exile a tapped creature, again 2 life. I can then make give a counter to this thing. I will attack for now though. I get to exile the Sky Swimmer Koi here now, unless the opponent has like a counter spell. Thirst for knowledge. Alright. Do they have an artifact to discard, or do they have to go with two lands or something like that? Okay, they had 1 artifact. So opponent is holding now 5 cards to my 1, and they have a better board. Although my 1 card can deal with their board. But this is just a look at the value the opponent has gotten. This got a card, this got cards. Invoke Despair got them cards. Yep, this is just them having so much more value than I. And more life gain even, so... Oh, this is going to be rough. Value from the loot, yep. The modern age, yeah, this is, I mean, I guess I wouldn't want to show the Wandering Emperor to them, but maybe there is a way. How do I win though? I don't have any heavy hitters even. My curve stops at 4. So I don't really see. Whatever. I have to do it in declare attackers here so that they can't ninja out things. They had the counterspell. Wow. That was just I mean, it started well, but then everything went bad very soon. So how do I even beat that thing? I have numerous 1 toughness creatures here, which are gonna be very tough against the Umezawa thing. Ninja's kunai doesn't seem to be that important. They have the quadruple caster, even with the green splash, but no problem. Well, they do have some fixing too, but okay. The ambitious assault. Don't really know if I want to have like a Mothra Patro. It's yet another 1 toughness creature. And they have also flyers of their own. Gift of Wrath is pretty bad against the bounce. Also, although this becomes a 2/2 menace. I'm just feeling if there's like is there some kind of edge I can use here somehow? Like how do I win here? Do I need to have, lose one of the vehicles here? Like the brute suit? Play something like a Gift of Wrath? That seems so bad though. Oh, yeah, I think I'll just play the same deck. I think the matchup seems horrible, and I just need to get lucky here, and maybe opponent a bit unlucky. Sometimes that's how it goes. Alright, so this is a good start at least, and I do have the Emperor here. It was a very annoying thing that they also had to counterspell. So basically, now they drew a lot of cards, got a lot of value, but they just had it all. There was not much I can do about that. But now I have a good start. I can play, all but one of these cards, and if they have a slower start, that can be quite. I can push some damage through here. Hopefully they don't have the 4 toughness 3-drop here though. Okay, they start in the same way. I can tap down that 3 block, although I will just play the brute suit if I draw a 3rd land. But then again, that brute suit can push through a 4-drop. But I mean a 4 toughness creature, and no, nothing yet. But it's fine. I can play the hoverbike still or the Kami's flare. Oh, that is a 4 toughness thing. Okay, this, like I said, this is a horrible matchup, and this is yet another card that is very good against my stuff. They get the Scry, by the way, because it's tapped for any reason, but I still need to deal damage here. Alright, so that is kinda okay. So, yep, this doesn't have haste, but I'm going to just, yeah, I can attack for 4. There's no, way to do anything else here. The befriending the mods is not so great when they have this 1/4 flyer here, but I have a 4/3 here. The puzzle maker can't block that. But, I mean, with value. Kami of Terrible Secrets, for which they don't have a card draw. Alright. Befriending the mods, if I could do that, okay, this is good. Now this is really good now, because I can do the. Like this. Befriending the mods here. And they are taking either 5 or then they are jump blocking. Now I could have attacked with the hover bike, but I don't think it's worth it really. I mean, if they choose to jump block with this thing, then I would get, 2 additional damage. But I think if they actually are going to jump block, that's gonna be great already. So let's just attack with this one guy. They are. Wonder what they would have done if I didn't. So what does that mean? Because the 1-4 is so good against all this stuff here, but... Oh, by the way, I have to go... Yeah, if I want to keep this brute suit flying, I need to make it into a creature before my main phase starts, because that's when the chapter 2 will go to stack. Okay, they have a Gloom's... Okay, well, they just... It's not like... Okay, they're having a lot of value here, but the good thing here is that we can attack for 7 in the air now. Let's draw a card first. Born to Drive. I can just win now, cannot I? I think I can win now. But that's how my deck has to work. So this is how you can actually use this chapter ability on a vehicle. You have to make it into a creature before your main phase, because you have to, even though this trigger goes to stack, it's too late to crew in response, because you have to declare the target for the trigger the moment it goes to stack. But now let's not waste any time. This is, I can use this. That's gonna be massive. And then I can just do this. And that is lethal attack in the air. Alright, brute suit with the befriending the mods. But look at the value they have in their deck. I guess the Gloomsrigger is the green splash, because that was the first green card I think I saw here. I assume they have something else too, but this is a really good card when you are splashing. Alright, so the flyer was really good. My ground guys will very soon just get, they lose their potential attacks very soon. So that's the problem here. So I like these 1 mana 2 ones, but it doesn't take a long before they stop the ability to attack. Now I have 4 vehicles that fly, so I can still keep them for crewing purposes. But I'm thinking about maybe having 1 mechanic away and replacing it with the Mothrider Patrol. That seems like a reasonable change here, because the 1/1 flyer will be able to deal a bit more damage. Hoping just that the opponent won't get the 1/4 flyer there. And I'm still thinking about the Gift of Wrath in here. Probably not the Ambitious Assault. No, that's not good with these many vehicles, because I have to tap a lot of my creatures when I attack with the vehicles, so I won't be having a lot of creatures that are attacking at the same time. So this is not so good. So the Gift of Wrath is what I'm thinking here, but is that worth it? Because I don't want to really lose any more creatures. I have like how many? 3 sagas, that's 12 creatures plus the Born to Drive. Yeah, I actually have a very low creature count here. Now this is also a creature, by the way, because of the token generating ability. I think I like the menace here. I can't really, cut a creature to put a creature aura, even though this gives me some additional evasion, but I don't think it's the thing I should be doing here. Yeah, that is enough now. I'll use this deck, and let's see if I can get the win in this match, because it seems like the opponent is easily outvaluing me, so I need to just have a fast start. If I don't have a fast start, it's gonna be very hard to win in the late game. So this is a 0 lander. Can't keep that. Well, I'm gonna have to keep it, but man, this is really miserable. I need the fast. Oh, sorry, I thought this was the befriending the mods. These are so. Look at the pictures. You can't really. And that's a good one. Okay, now I like my hand a lot. So these look the same. Of course, they have a different mana cost, but I thought I had 2 befriending the mods in my hand. Now that I have actually the 2 mana thing and I drew the 1 mana thing, this is actually quite nice now. But this is blue, black, and 2-drop there. No 2-drops. Alright. Let's see if I can deal 1 damage. They are having something because they have priority stops, but let's see if they are willing to use it on a 1/1 creature. Okay, I got 1 damage out of that. I get to scry into something good here. At least any lands will be going away. Kitsune Ace. That's a play for next turn, I guess. And this is good with my vehicles, which I have, what, 5 in the deck. So they didn't have the Life of Toshiro Umezawa thing, but they do have that guy. That is not nice. Yeah, there's not much I can do about it. They get some ninja value if they want to attack with it. Although, if they ninjutsu things out, this is gonna cost... Yeah, maybe... Yeah, it doesn't... They can have the 1 mana ninjutsu ability, of course, but and they can recast this. Yeah, if they have the 1 mana ninjutsu, they can get value from that and recast the 2/4. But okay, they did not. So now things are a lot better. Alright, so how am I going to do this? Because of course I want to play the befriending the mods, but I'm also very aware of the fact that they can have a counterspell there. And this resolving the befriending the mods seems to be one of the key ways to actually win the game here. So why would they pass with 4 mana up unless they have like a thirst for knowledge in there? I could, you know, reconfigure this and play this, but this reconfiguration isn't even going to do that much. Yes, I know I could attack into Satoru Umezawa and they can block, and then, you know, this will deal 1 damage to them, but them being at 19, I guess I have to force them to have the counter spell here because it's so miserable. Okay, there is no counter spell. It's so miserable if I, you know, let the game go too much farther, because they will be able to win in the end. So let's see now if they find something for this, or do they just plan to cast their thirst for knowledge there? Okay, they took 6, so I guess it's gonna be a thirst for knowledge. Yep. So now I have my, despite the mulligan to 6, now this is a really good spot to be in. So they had a mnemonic sphere here. Now they must have, they need to start doing some stuff here. Well, that is incredibly good stuff. So their deck is just totally insane. Their deck is totally insane. So who should get them? Who should get them? Guess the Hand of Enlightenment. Then I can reconfigure this in here to make it into a 1/3. There's like a very small chance I'm going to... that they're gonna block here now. And that would be good for me if they did. But they don't, because they would have lost 1 damage there anyway. So now they have an opportunity, of course, to do some ninjutsu stuff. But I'm actually, at this point, I'm just rather them have the 2/4, you know, not you know, doing any attacks. But they're gonna have this massive flight on the next turn, I think. Yeah, the Behold the Unspeakable here is going to be just... I mean, look at the cards in their hand. They have 8 cards in their hand. So I think I'm gonna have yet another arena open when I start with the floss and then I'm back against the wall. I think I had the same situation in December. Don't have the mana to draw the card there, that is sad. So in December, I think I went to 5 wins after losing the first match, so I had to win 5 matches back to back. And now it seems like if I want to have any significant prizes from this event, I need to win multiple matches back to back, because it seems very difficult to win here anything. I had a good start, and the opponent had a slow start, but they basically drew a ton of cards. They used time for that, but now, because they had a 2/4 blocker here, there is just I don't have enough ways to push through here. Okay, so Kami's Flare. Yeah, I mean now I'm in they might have some interaction there, but I have to just go for it here. So I can now that I dealt 2 first strike damage, I can use either the Seismic Wave or the Kami's Flare to finish it off. Like they're gonna get 2 life, I guess. They're gonna get this massive flyer, I think. Okay, I'm gonna use this here. So they're gonna take here 3 more, but the problem here is that now they have a good blocker, but yeah, let's not get quite that desperate yet, because okay, just a short circuit there, that's no big deal. Because I have those couple of things that can tap. Them getting 2 life is not nice at all, but first of all, this deals tap damage to any target, and I can tap this down maybe, then I can maybe, well, let's see of course how many cards they're gonna play. This is gonna decrease in size, and I might even, you know, just kill it with the Seismic Wave. That's totally a thing that can happen. They're down now to 4 cards in hand. They have a Life Linker, which I don't like, but Seismic Wave. Okay, so well, that is challenging now. That is now challenging. I can kill the Mukotai Ambusher, of course. With the Seismic Wave, but I don't... this doesn't... The 1 damage part doesn't deal anything to artifacts. So if I attack with the Hand of Enlightenment... Yeah, I mean, did they have to have the... did they have to have them... the artifacts in here? I was kind of hoping to get some value from the Seismic Wave here. Because if I attack with the Hand of Enlightenment, they can just block with the 1/4, and I can't even get any good Seismic Wave with the because this doesn't get dealt any damage from the... It's only non-artifacts. Now, if they block, I will still ping them, but I also want to just play the Brute Suit. Maybe I will. They can't block the... Yeah, maybe it is... Okay, I'm actually losing time here. This is, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah. Now they block with the 1/4 and they will take 1 damage still. That's the idea. And then first strike damage will be dealt, and then just regular damage, and then Brute Suit here. So they can't actually attack with the... They can't attack with the Ambusher, because I can make the Brute Suit into a first striker. Now they get a couple of 2/3s there. If they have a Ninja on the Vision of the Unspeakable, that's going to be so horrible. If they have a Ninja on that Vision, that's going to... Yep. I think they have a little bit too much life for me to have any good ways to push through. They have also multiple flyers, so I have another befriending the mods, but it's not gonna be that valuable. I guess if I draw my Planeswalker, that can be one way to maybe get something done here. They also get the scries if they attack with the puzzle maker, but then again, if they attack with the 4 toughness creature, I don't mind. But for sure I must be lucky here in my top decks, I can't really draw many lands here. Barely any lands. I think I need to hit like a pocket of 5 non-lands. It seems that that's the case. So if they don't have a kill on the brute suit, they can't attack with the ambusher. Now my hope is that they miss out the fact that this will be a first striker, but I mean, wait a second. Whenever a vehicle I control attacks, it's not when you crew it. Alright, alright. I don't know why did I think it's... I don't know why did I do it that way. So I can now trade with this guy, or I can still block it with the 1/4. They will get 3 in life. I think I need my first striker vehicle, so I'm not gonna do this. Mostly because I do have the seismic wave that can deal with the Mukota ambusher kind of conveniently, and I can also have my first striker here. So maybe just attacking with the Hand of Enlightenment was a crazy mistake. Alright, they're gonna bounce that. I hope they play one more card so that I can get the Vision of the Unspeakable. No, they don't do that. Okay, so I need that first striker to block here. Oh man. Creature, enchantment, planeswalker. So I'm gonna lose both the... Yeah, these are gonna be lost anyway. So I'm gonna have a Kitsune Ace with the Brute Suit here, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't matter in which order I do this. The outcome is totally the same. Opponent has drawn 9 more cards than I. Now some of that was looting, of course, but still, that's a lot of difference. Okay, so this is now at least something I can do. Kill with seismic wave on the... No, I don't get rid of the... Well, I still do this. I get rid of the Vision of the Unspeakable and the Koi there. And now I just need to draw lucky draws. That's not one of them. So they have the... So if I make the Kitsune Ace untapped, the problem is the 3/2 here. That gains them life. Am I gonna give this now first strike or just untap the Kitsune Ace so that I can block with it? Something like that. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm a fool. I somehow think this has to crew the vehicle to get the bonuses. It doesn't matter. I could have just, crewed with the Simian Sling, so that was just a mistake. So if I don't give it the first strike, they can double block it so that I lose it. I guess that's worth it. So I'm gonna attack and untap the Kitsune Ace. They will have to lose the first striker and No, that's actually me. Okay, I'm playing bad here. I somehow thought this is gonna be killing both of them. Yeah, okay. I'm just making multiple mistakes here, which is not really something I can afford to do. I thought it's one. So I should have given the first strike there. I should have given the first strike there. So now if the opponent just draws lands for the rest of the game and I draw my Planeswalker and then some good stuff, I guess there's like a way to win, but they get the Scries, so that's gonna be very hard. Also, I'm just losing to the Flyers very soon, so I'm of course not gonna win the race here in any way. Okay, can I deck them out? No, I can't. Not enough time for that nonsense. Okay, they discarded the forest, so it's something. Alright, so I can't attack with. Nah, it's just not gonna work here. Come on, I just even it doesn't matter what I draw. Even the Planeswalker is not gonna be enough. It's too much. They have another 2/3 flyer coming up. This can't be used offensively because I need a blocker here. So that was that. I think that matchup was really horrible. The opponent had a very valuable deck, and I didn't get the aggressive start in the third game. I got the aggressive stuff in this game 2, which allowed me to win it, but game 3 was just not enough from my part. I needed more flyers there, I think. Some of the vehicles that fly or something like that. So now I need to win as many matches as possible back to back. It's gonna be very hard to win any money prizes in this event, but it's not impossible. So, with this kind of starting hands, I could see doing well here. Don't have any nonsense like a 1/3 blocker in there, please. Suppose I do have the Kami's Flare in that case. So, another red-white deck. Lion Sash. Well, that's something I need to kill, but there's also not like a big hurry to do that. Let's see if they're gonna block here. Nope. Let's cry first. I'm kind of... next turn it will be... yeah, I want to have the creature at some point, so let's scry. Blaze is unnecessary. Simian Sling will be good because it can, crew these vehicles. Okay, well that has to be killed. That has to be killed immediately. There is a way I could use the... I could use this hoverbike to kill this Lion Sash, but... and yeah, I don't need to kill it immediately, I need to kill it before they have 5 mana. How do I do this turn? I don't care about the haste granting ability. I think I should be going for the race here. So... just play the suit, I think. And take whatever damage they're gonna deal here now. There's nothing to exile in the graveyards quite yet. This is a couple of very good rares. I mean, I started with an uncommon, common, and common. At least now it's just that thing. Alright, so who's gonna get the counter? Seven-tail Mentor. So now next turn if they attack. So if you control an attacking modified creature. So I need to kill this now because they do have a modified creature which they can attack with if they drop a land. That's it. So I'm not going to let them untap. I have to deal with this stuff right now. I have 2 removal spells. The Lion Sash isn't actually... Because it's really tempting to use the Touch the Spirit Realm to deal with the Mentor here. Actually, I could just do that and not kill the Goro Goro, because then they won't have a modified creature. If they use mana to make a modified creature happen, then they can't have the 5 mana up after that. So actually, this might seem a bit crazy, but I don't care. I don't want to see the 3/4 here. It is the least, threatening card of these, but for tempo reasons, that does seem it makes sense to do that thing there. Attack for 5, and I have a first strike blocker here. Yeah. It really depends on what the opponent is gonna do. I still have the Kami's Flare on the Goro Goro if it becomes a problem. Because they can of course reconfigure this on something at some point, and then they will have a modified creature. But so far there's nothing in the graveyards to exile, so this won't even get the counters now. And I still have a hoverbike here. And I have actually a good board here. I have the Dragonfly Suit here, Aki Ronin, not really a big problem at all. This is a Samurai though, so they can attack with these if they want to rummage. But then again, I have a first strike blocker here. So I would force them to have some kind of trick to make that... okay, well they have an arrest there, sure. Okay, they can attack for 2 or 3. For 2 if they want to rummage, for 3 if they don't want to rummage with the Ronin. Okay, they can also just not care about... Not care about attacking at all. So I can play only one of these red cards, so it's pretty easily this turn is going to... Now I could also reconfigure though. This being a 3/2 can't be... Okay, so this seems like what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, I don't mind any blocks there. They just jumped there. And I even dealed 1 here. Okay, that's really good. Now they have something for the Sash now. So if they have a land drop, they can do this thing. So this gets a counter. So they can exile this thing, make this into a one, well, basically into a modified creature, then they can activate this ability. But I guess I can respond. Yeah, what I can't do, I can't play the Song Saber. It's one of these things. Just thinking about if I should wait for a bit here. I think I'm gonna wait here. This could be a little bit risky, but it's also... So this has to be an attack. So yeah, this only works when it's combat on their turn. So now they can do that thing. They can do now that thing. So now I could respond by trying to kill it. Well, I don't have to respond, but I can do that. Because if I kill the Goro Goro, they can make this into a quite big one. But then again, I do have the hoverbike there. I can just tap it down too. That's also something I can do. I just don't know if I want to. Guess I have a lot of... Okay, maybe I will tap it down. Then they won't have a modified creature that is attacking. Because I'm actually having a good amount of damage. I don't think I can quite have a lethal one, but I can attack with quite a few points in the air. So now they won't be able to have an... I might need actually another red source here. I want to play this to be able to crew these vehicles, but on the other hand I also want to use this. By the way, I'm dealing 2 extra with this to the player because I have a modified creature Goshin tie. Alright, well that is... Ooh, disgusting. They're gonna reconfigure. That's gonna give +1/+1. Okay. And I no longer can kill the Shash, but I think the Goro Goro is the more important target anyway. But now that I drew the land, this is going to force them to... jump block, isn't it? So let's do the Song Shaper, which can crew the Dragonfly suit. Then I can kill this thing. And this will be tapped, so it actually won't be able to block the Lion Shash, I mean. Because it will fall off when I kill the Goshin Tai. And then they have to block with the Goro Goro. Because they're gonna go down to 5 now. Does that mean I just win here? Yes. Yes. Sorry about this. I didn't realize that I have lethal, but well, I did realize it before I committed to the attack. I did have the 5. I guess that's the reason I said initially that I need another red source, because then I can both use the kill spell, which will deal 2 to them, and crew the vehicle here with this. Because as you can see, I needed all my creatures here, and I didn't have the mana to move this around to crew. I guess that's not correct. Yeah, I could have just... yeah, I didn't need to play the Song Shaper. I could have just unequipped this thing with 2 mana, with just 2 white mana, and then... okay, I had the lethal there no matter what. Anyway, how do I deal with all that stuff? I think a very easy sideboarding decision is the Ninja's Kunai here. And then what else? Because, you know, the Goro Goro and the Shash are both things I want to be able to kill if I'm giving any kind of an opportunity to do that. What's the least interesting card in my deck? I do like my 1 mana 2/1s. It is not good against the Aki Ronin though. Maybe I can cut one hotshot mechanic. I don't like cutting creatures with so many vehicles around, but I think the vehicles are good here. Yeah, with the Aki Ronin, the 2/1 is quite embarrassing actually. So let's just cut one of them, and this is the deck after first sideboarding. Okay, that's a fine hand, a lot of removal, but if I get any creature here, I can start attacking with that hover bike. Do they have some 1 toughness creatures? Okay, well that is a good one. I do need another white for it, but it's of course a draw I'm happy to have. They didn't have a 2-drop. Do they have a... okay, that's a Peerless Samurai. So I think I'm going to kill this thing no matter what, so I might do it now. I don't... even if I... because I don't want them to have any discounts. That's the point there, so... the hover bike didn't make any sense. Even if I drew a creature there, I would have wanted to rather use the Kami's Flare. So... Goshin Tai. Well... guess I can get all the... once with the Seismic Wave. But it still feels like I should maybe... They have both the red and white shrines, by the way. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's do the mana efficient play of using the 3 mana card. And then it wasn't a planes. I really need the planes here. Okay, they actually drew both of them. Okay, there is the planes now. So this is amazing. This is actually amazing now, because I can do a little bit of trickery here now. I don't even have to use the -2 here. I can use the -1 here instead. Because they might have a kill spell on the brute suit, but it's not even going to matter that much. Okay, they have something because of this. But I can take 2 from here. That's not such a big deal. There's no mana tithe in here, in this format. So let's make a samurai creature with vigilance. And they can have a burn spell to kill the Wandering Emperor, but they also need to have, you know, because I'm about to pick this thing off, unless they have a way to prevent it from happening. So can they deal on this turn both with this combat situation and with the Wandering Emperor? Because I assume one of them is gonna go. They have a pump spell or removal spell on the well, pump spell on their shrine or a removal on the brute suit, or they can have a burn spell on the Wandering Emperor. But let's see now if this is gonna be enough value. Seismic wave, which is going to... Okay, that was just one thing, so I don't think they can have anything on the Emperor right now. Oh, player or Planeswalker. Oh, I kind of forgot this. They can actually deal to that one. Alright, well, I need to kill this now. And I will, don't worry. So, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. And how do I do it? Maybe with Ninja's Kunai? It has vigilance, so I should first just attack. And then I should just use the kunai here, because that's something they know about anyway. And then am I going to have the mechanic or the hover bike? I think I like the mechanic a little, although this gives the opportunity. Can they have a hasty creature? Oh, I could. There could be a Goro Goro, it can give haste to itself, but in that case I would have the blocker for it. Yeah. I'm just thinking this tapping ability could be valuable later on. That's the reason I'm not necessarily wanting to deploy it right away. It is also an evasive creature though, so maybe I do the mana efficient thing and play the 2 mana card and have the option to use the Kami's Flare if I need to have it. Oh, they have a hasty. Oh, and you know what? This wouldn't have been able to block that. So maybe just kill it. No, maybe just tap it instead, and then use the Kami's Flare on my turn, because then I can attack with my hover bike. And yes, I think I should make those samurai tokens rather than. Yeah, it would be actually tempting to. Now this has also +1/+. Oh. Well, no matter what, I'm gonna play the mechanic here. That's like given. And I guess I'm going to do this. Now the question is, do I want to give a +1/+1 counter on someone? Do I want to play the befriending the mods because I have a block in here? But I think the Kami's Flare on here is quite valuable. Let's just make a samurai here, whatever, and let's kill this. This is like the safest thing that can happen, I think. Another opponent is really in trouble, of course. I mean, even if they deal with the Wandering Emperor, I have quite a good board, and with the befriending the mods here, giving me more evasion. So yeah, this was a Planeswalker winning a game. But it was my first pick in the draft. At least I won a game with that card once, hoping of course to win many more games in this event, whether it's with the help of this card or not. But now the opponent basically needs to have like a farewell, and one thing the farewell doesn't deal with is Planeswalkers, so this will survive in that case. They can get rid of everything else though, but they would need to have that card in their hand I don't even know if they have it in their deck. They have multiple Asari captains, but I have a 3/3 to block that thing, so it doesn't give you +1/+1. It only gives +1/+0. Oh, Dragonfly Suit. Is this a lethal attack? It is not. I mean, is it a lethal attack in a way that forces them to jump block? Because I think it might be. Can't attack with this though, unless if I give. Okay, there's a chance I can. I can just make another samurai token, which will be able to crew the hover bike. Then I can play the befriending the moths, which is going to be like I could do like 6 in the air if I give this +1/+1 and flying, and then they are not even forced to jump block. So that's not really what I need to do here. I want to do something else, which is going to involve putting a +1/+1 counter on this thing and probably just befriending some mods in here. And don't need to use the hover bike here at all. So just like this. So they're gonna go to, if they don't block, they will go to 1. So this is probably what they have to do, and they will still go to 4. And I will just in case have a stop on my beginning phase, okay, like this, because if these for some reason both die, well, if they both die, then I actually cannot. Well, I mean, it's still worth it. There's a world where I want to give this a +1/+1 with the befriending the mods. So let's see if that's gonna happen or not. That is arrested. I could crew this now. They played the land, so they can't play Goro Goro and give it haste. But I guess I can crew this anyway. If they have removal on it, they're gonna then just remove. Okay, so I can draw my card and then there's no reason to. Yeah, I can just give this thing the booster, and this is not going to be a lethal attack because I can do this now and even have the ninjutsu ability with the double striker up. Okay, that was it. Alright, I won a match, so at least it wasn't a 0-2 finish. That of course doesn't really matter too much, other than you have to win your first matches in order to win a lot of matches, but in terms of the prizes, of course, this is still the same. So 0 wins 5,000 gems, 1 win 5,000 gems, 2 wins 5,000 gems. Only third win starts getting you some better gem prizes, so I basically would need to win 2 more matches to actually make it matter. Alright, on the play, I really like to be on the play with this deck and a very, very nice hand. Yeah, I can just go to 1, 2, 3 here with the lands available, and well, let's see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to use this. Usually you use this for the pilots, but there are spots where you can use it as a creature aura. So no one drop from the opponent means I can have a bit of an aggressive start. Oh, that is the nastiest though. Yeah. That's really annoying. If I had an artifact, I could at least attack with this, but man, this as a blocker. My 1, 2, 3 start is not so good anymore. It's still fine because I got the befriending the mods, but talk about a brick wall right away. Any kind of 2 toughness creature would have allowed me to attack and force them to trade or take 4 more damage there. Wow, their deck is just too good against me. I can't beat those things. I mean, I can, but point is that I can beat them, but the point is that it's gonna be hard to push through some early damage when they have basically 2 mana 3/3s when they block. So super awkward indeed. Now what I can do here is I can play the Brute Suit, and then I can attack with the Song Shaper being a 3/2. Or I can just befriend some mods here. I can't even attack with the Peerless Samurai because they can double block it and I can't trade here. So I think it's still the befriending the mods here though. I don't need the discount for anything, so it doesn't actually matter who's gonna attack here. Whatever. I guess I could have attacked with the hotshot mechanic because if I want to double block, I don't think I want to double block anything. They might have a ninja, but I'm not gonna block both of them anyway, even if they attack. So a double block is just super risky against some pump spells, for instance. So I wouldn't be. I would if they attack, I'll just take the damage, and if they have a ninja, then so be it. But the Yukai Trainee is one of the better 2-drops against my deck. Okay, they can start doing a little bit of attacking here. They can't really attack with both because I am having a good counter attacks here. So they are gonna attack for 2, tap down one of my creatures. I'm not gonna block anyway, so they might even choose not to attack at all if they seem that, because one removal spell on the untapped Yukai Trainee would be quite annoying for them to deal with. Alright, so actually I can't benefit from the discount, but I'm very happy to have the Dragonfly suit here. So I should of course give it a Song Shaper now, a bonus. Yeah, because I could get a discount, but I still can't double spell here. So I'm just gonna Dragonfly Suit now, pre-combat, to get the Song Shaper to deal 4 damage now. And okay, I will have a 2/4 flyer coming up. And now this is also the moment in the game when I actually can try to just finish off, because the Bone to Drive will be like a +5/+5. That's no joke. The risky thing about it is, of course, that if the opponent deals with the creature, I lose the aura as well. So it basically has to be like a finishing move. But currently, this doesn't seem so bad. Yeah, the befriending the mods, I have 2 of these. It's really important for decks like this, because if opponent has a brick wall on the ground, I need the flyers. That's also why I like the Dragonfly suits and the hover bikes in here, because flying is key in order to be able to win something. So let's see who they're gonna get rid of. The Dragonfly suit, I think. Now they can attack for 3. And I can block with the Peerless Samurai if I want to. Now... no, I could do that. The Peerless Samurai won't be that good here. If they have tricks or something, I don't think I care about it that even. Yeah, let's take the trade here. It's not really that... it is a somewhat evasive creature though, which could be valuable in a while though. But also if I'm just keeping myself at 20, the opponent is really... okay, fine. And who knows, maybe they have a ninja or something. The trade is fine, I think. Mostly because it's not gonna do much against these guys. Alright, so they are having something here. Well, no big deal. I play the Brute Suit and I'm still able to attack with the Tawasi Song Shaper here. If they block, that's fine. So can they deal with the Imperial Moth here? It's not gonna win, that quickly, unless I actually use the Bone to Drive on as an aura mode. Currently it's only +3/+3, so it counts my creatures and or vehicles, so it doesn't matter if the vehicle is uncrewed. I will still be able to... are they gonna do they play with full control? Because it seems like they have stops at every step. Maybe they do play. Anyway, +3/+3 in here would not be that amazing actually. Let's see if they're gonna attack. I might block with the Brute Suit if they're gonna attack. Okay, no, none of that. Yeah, they are having full control. But it is an arena open, money in the line, so maybe it makes sense. So, question is, am I going to offer the trade here? Am I going to offer the trade here with the Brute Suit? I think I can offer the trade here. It's not really like that amazing. I'm more interested in my flyers. I'm more interested in the flyers in what I could be drawing here. Hopefully the moth is gonna survive here. The opponent hasn't played anything, so it's also possible they are flooding out, and if they have no creature on the next turn. But they have a Wanderer's Intervention, okay, fine. So I get 2 1/1 steal, which the opponent doesn't know about. And yeah, I'm not gonna play these as a creature aura anymore, it's gonna be 2 1/1s. Which is of course the easiest thing to block, but if they don't have a creature drop here. But yeah, they did stabilize, so these creatures and removals, well, and the 1 removal spell was enough to deal with all of these stuff. I have more life than they, and they have a Coiling Stalker, which is not so bad because I have the 2/1s are not so great at blocking 1/1s. Oh, Seismic Wave. I'm gonna just cast it in right away, so they get to dealt 2, and all the creatures they're gonna have, are gonna get dealt 1. Okay, so this is going to allow me to make them go to what? 5 life? Yeah, they do have a lot of lands here now. That's a good one. That's a good one for sure. If I waited with this. Okay, Eater of Virtue. Oh, it still is gonna trade with the Hotshot mechanic, I think. Yeah, if I'd really had the Seismic Wave here, that would be sweet. Okay, they go to 3 here now. Well, they still need more creatures, but of course, that's 3. I don't have any direct damage here anymore, I don't think. Okay, so this opponent is playing with full control. I can recognize it from this. Oh, that is such a disgusting thing. The Eater of Virtue will also gain lifelink now. I think I need my Kami's Flare right now. Kami's Flare is needed. That's it. That's game. With land. I mean, with just a land here, because they start gaining life back. All of the work I did was for nothing now. And even if I double block this, Eater of Virtue will be giving +2/+0 and lifelink for the rest of the game. Did they have to have a lifelinker specifically? Yep, they did. Yep, they did. And even if well, I mean, I can still have my Planeswalker, but I need to have a game plan that beats a +2/+0 and lifelink giving equipment. So a little bit of damage here and there won't be enough. And next thing I'm gonna draw is gonna be one of my vehicles, I'm sure of it. So they go to 7. And now this is gonna be exile and oh man, anything else? Wait a minute, I have my own Touch the Spirit Realm too. That's an artifact, right? I don't know why did I think that thing is mine, but that's what I did. So I don't think they're gonna have hasty creatures, so I'm gonna wait with this thing. But this is gonna actually deal with the Eater of Virtue. Okay, they have a 3rd Yukai Trainee. This is so good against my deck that has small creatures. But the Touch the Spirit Realm is going to be good here. Then I only need my Planeswalker, and I think that's good. Oh, that's not a Planeswalker. So just target the command, the equipment, not the creature. Alright, so now I'm in a better shape. Of course, I do need to draw some non-lands here, but and they must not have an answer on the touch the spirit drum. The good thing about it is that the lifelink boost went away because or did it? Yeah, exiled card exiled. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, so it doesn't remember the lifelinker anymore. That was a good draw though. Dragonfly Survey. Well, I do need my. I mean, I'm taking now 6 per turn here. But it was really important to get touch the spirit drum. They got 4 life with the thing, but yeah, now I need them to hit also a pocket of lands. Although they have sort of done that, maybe not. Befriending the mods. Well, this is when it's not so good to have this. So there's not even any point. Yep, you need creatures, and my deck has some creatures, but I guess I have 1, 2. Well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go down to 5, so this will be horrible, of course. I'm not a huge favorite here, but recovery unit. Okay, I'm dead. Let's draw if that's something I can use to. Okay, that's just nothing. Because I could have drawn the Born to Drive number 2, I think, and then I could channel it and then crew this and give it this, +1/+1 attack for 4 here. That could have been relevant, but of course then I would have had only 1 blocker in that point. But anyway, I didn't draw anything, so doesn't matter. So the Yukai trainees are just horrible. I need the ninjas kunai. I mean, horrible for me. It's good for them, horrible for me. So Gift of Wrath or something. It seems like I don't know though, because I can't really keep losing my creatures here. But I guess one of the mechanics has to go. But yeah, if I would side this in, I would need to lose a creature. I just can't do that. I'm really tempted to just play 15 lands, but that can't be right. Let's do it like this. I don't think, yeah, I think the matchup is bad, and yeah, the red-green, I think, sorry, red-white deck, I think I say it in earlier draft too, the red-white deck can really struggle against anything that is green, because green has such big creatures. Now my deck has a bunch of flyers though, and vehicles that fly. Well, mostly the vehicles that fly actually, but well, I have also 2 befriending the mods, so flying is key here. But man, did they have to have the Ether of Virtue with lifelink. Well, now I just need to get lucky. Now I'm of course. This hand is really good, but I had this kind of a same hand in the previous game. At least now I have the Dragonfly suit also here. But it's possible they have a Yukai. One of the 3 Yukai trainees, I saw them from them in the previous game. They could have one of them. Although in this case it's not maybe. Yeah, the Song Saber can attack for 3. Okay, this is as perfect as it gets now that you see here, because I can get the Dragonfly suit, which allows my song, and they don't have green. They have a Spirited Companion though, but yeah, Yukai trainee could only trade with the Song Saber, and of course I'm not attacking with the 2-1 because that can crew the suit. Now they are gonna maybe use the Ninja's Kunai here to kill maybe the suit. Well, it will cost 2 mana. They have to equip and then use the ability. That's gonna. So they have a disciple there, which is not what I wanted to see. More lifelinkers. This is actually bad. Lifelink is also killing my deck because my deck has a good way to, push some damage through, but it will be very challenging against lifelinkers. So I guess I'll just have to. Raise them. So this guy, they get 2 life, but I deal 6 in here. So I guess that's just how it goes then. And this can't block when it's, you know, attacks. They do lack the green mana. I still have a spell I have here, you know, castable spell. I have a bunch of removal that does deal with the Disciple. Okay, that's going to get rid of the suit. Now they don't have mana for the Ninja's Kunai. I still get to attack here. If they attack with the Disciple, they actually don't have good blocks. I can make the hotshot mechanic fly, so they can only jump block with the Song Saber. So there's but if they leave this to block, I can still attack for 3 in the air. Okay, so now it's gonna be 3 in the air, and then okay, I can at least double spell these guys. No, they are not artifacts, so of course they are stuck at 3 lands, no green, so when they get to stabilize, they will have a lot of cards, but I will have a 2/4 flyer here. Yeah, of course they have a bad game here thanks to their mana. They kept 2 planes hand, well, 2 or 3 planes hand with the Spirited Companion. I think that makes sense. Still no green though. The Kunai deals the damage, so the lifelink on a creature wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter at all. So now they couldn't afford to attack with the lifelinker. Now, sadly, I don't think I can attack either, because the Peerless Samurai only trades with the Spirited Companion here. Just imagine if I drew a removal spell on the Golden Tail Disciple and I have 4 of them. Ninja's Kunai, 2 Kami's Flares, and then the Seismic Wave. All of them deal with the Disciple. Seismic Wave also with the Companion. So that would have been just a game over for them. Now, if I attack with this, they can double block, gain life, and kill this. Not good. Now the lifelink here, if this was a random 2/3 without lifelink, I could attack with everything because they can't block more than a couple of these guys, but I can't attack into a lifelinker here. Now I do have this flyer still. Let's see if they're gonna use the Ninja's Kunai here or not. They did. And I have a hover bike, so 2 of them, they will tap down the Disciple. I have more of these Imperial the Befriending the mods. I have 1 more of that. And of course I do have my Planeswalker. Okay, that is allowing them to attack for 3 in the air, but they can't really do that. I mean, my counter attack is gonna deal at least... Yeah, they get to gain 3 life, but also... Okay, and there is the hoverback now. They get to deal 3 life, gain 3 life, but I would be able to attack for more. So now, is this a win or not? I tap down the lifelinker, yeah, this should be a win. Okay, so again, back against the wall. It's gonna go to game 3. It's going to go to game 3 now, unless they have some... Oh, they can have the untap, who they didn't. But there's a trick in the format that costs 1 white mana, gives a +1/+1 counter on a creature and untaps it. Imagine if they had on the Disciple that thing. Ooh, they can eat 1 of my creatures for free and then they gain 3 life there. That would be horrible. Okay, well, they didn't draw the green source. So I needed to get... Well, I kinda didn't get lucky, but they got unlucky. Now, is the patrol something I wanna have here? It seems the flyers are again key here. So maybe it just is better than the mechanic. Sorry, I did it the wrong way. No, not like that. Come on. Like that. How about the Shattered Stage era? This is like maybe interesting. Not that good though, but it's interesting. Maybe one of the like a Peerless Samurai isn't quite that great here. I think I'm going to try that. I will cut the Peerless Samurai and have the Shattered Stage era here. Because the threaten +1/+0, and it will be a 3/3 creature in the end as well. The Ambitious Assault, again, not so good when you have so many vehicles, because it's hard to have a lot of attackers at the same time with the vehicles. Some of your guys have to crew them. Gift of Wrath, still interesting, but I just don't feel like cutting a creature to play that card. So let's just have it like this. That's a tough one, because this thing allows me to scry 2, and I have here actually a very decent... Oh man, so if I draw a land in 2 draw steps, because I can have the Kitsune Ace Hoverbike also being played in addition to this can scry for more lands, ideally a mountain. So I think this is one of the keeps where you, one landers where you do keep. I can play this on turn 1, and if I draw either land, the scry 2 will help me. I have 2 draw steps, keep it, and now the event could just end here, and of course I drew my 5-drop. The event could just end here if I don't draw it, but I think the hand is so good that it's worth it. Now there's the trainee. Okay, well, this was a risk. Of course there's like only like 75% chance to find the land in 2 draw steps, roughly. And it's not over yet. It depends on how fast the opponent's start is, of course. But I need it very soon. I'm gonna discard the hand size. So missing it 3 times is like a 12.5% chance. Because I'm roughly estimating it's a 50% chance to draw a land. It is actually more than that, but missing it 50% 3 times in a row is 12.5. So I did get unlucky, but now I have it in here. It's just potentially too late, because I can't even block now that they have the subduer here. Well, let's do this anyway. But the opponent got here, of course, a good start. I should just keep them. Opponent got a good start, and now I'm so much behind here that it's going to be a little bit difficult, maybe. Although they can only attack with 1 if they want to benefit from the subduer. And I can try to trade the hoverbike. Maybe. With the subduer, it's not impossible. Because next turn what I can do is play the oh, they have a restoration of Eiganjo. Oh, come on. That is just too... It's a 3/4 that's gonna keep... Oh man. And a Selfless Samurai. And yeah, it's a 3/4 that keeps giving them, you know, 1/1s. That is horrible. So... Selfless Samurai? I think I still have to do this. Do I want to attack? My idea is to play the hoverbike and trade with the subduer or the Selfless Samurai. Fine, whatever. But this might be just a... This is very hard for sure. If I had my Planeswalker in my hand, I would be a little bit happier about the situation, but even that would be hard to keep alive, because they have so much more board presence than I, thanks to me missing my second land drop. What, 3 times? No, twice. I think I missed it twice. So I'm not gonna tap anything down yet, but I don't want to give them information about my potential. Because if I do the hoverbike right now, it's just going to... They're gonna attack with... I mean, it's maybe still worth it. If they only attack with a trainee, it doesn't matter too much. I get to tap down a thing here. Okay, fine. Let's do it like this in the end. Yeah, the subduer goes away. I can trade with the samurai. They might just attack with the Yukai trainee, which is of course going to mean that I take 2, hoping they have no ninjas there. The selfless samurai would trade with the hoverbike. That would be fine for me. So if I do find my planeswalker, it can only exile tapped creatures. This has vigilance, so that's not an answer. Okay, so they get the life. Not of course I cannot block that because it would become a 3/3. So be my guest. No ninjas. Okay. I get my 2/2 first striker next. Okay, no plays at least yet from them. Okay. I think there are multiple things I can do here. I think I maybe just the steel breaker is good, of course. They can't attack with everything. They have to attack mostly with one creature. Tap it down. Well, okay, it is the most convenient use of mana here. I guess I'll do it like that. And am I gonna hoverbike here? My attack for 2 here. I think I don't need it now as a blocker. I have the first striker and a 3/4. They can, if they attack with only one of them goes away. I do need to win this game eventually. That's the thing. That's why I don't want to. I want to try to push some damage through where I can. And this is now how I choose to do. If they are flooding out, that would allow me to have a chance here. And this is a monk, I think. It's not a... yeah, it's a fox monk, so that's not a samurai. So if they can't attack with only these to benefit from these triggers. Okay, good. Opponent is keeping... they have one of the spirit realms there, so they can get rid of the steel breaker and then they can tap down the... this was actually one of the things that could have happened. So now they can attack with all of their guys. No, they can't attack with all. So they can only attack with one, and yeah, but it's 3 damage. That they wouldn't have been able to... Yeah, because I would now definitely use the hoverbike to try to trade here, even though they would use the Selfless Samurai. But now I take 3 here. But I guess the Touch the Spirit Realm is now used up. So there is that. It's still not great, but... yeah, what did I discard? I discard this Shattered Stage Era. That would have been an interesting card to have also, but... Okay, can I continue attacking with a... Well, yes I can, because I can do the Kitsune Ace now. I can crew and untap. How about the Moth Rider Patrol? No, I think this time I'm not gonna attack just for 1. That is a bit too rich. I can use the Patrol to... crew this Dragonfly Suit, for instance, if I happen to want to do that. But okay. The 3/4 is something I need to deal with. They can just sadly make it indestructible, so the blocks I have available are not that great. I guess I can draw a Seismic Wave at some point that will get rid of all the 1/1s. That's gonna be made happen now. And yeah, now I do remember, if I crew something with the Kitsunes, that doesn't mean the vehicle is gonna have first strike. It only works when the vehicles attack. So they attack with 2 things. No samurai triggers this time. That's fine. So I need to just do what? I can double block the architect, or I can block the trainee. So maybe like this. I will lose one of these and then they will keep this architect indestructible. Just something that has to happen. If they have a trick now, that would be of course horrible. But it seems like they don't have. So I take 2 now. They don't have the samurai that grants indestructible anymore. They have naturalist, which is not so bad now. I'm just worried about, you know, stabilizing first. I need a seismic wave at some point. That would be quite fantastic. Now I can use the sling also as a +1/+1 equipment, which is kind of important when I could have maybe a Hand of Enlightenment. Enlightenment as a 3/3 first striker, which will be relevant against the Yukai trainee here. Now I have the ace here, so do I need the hoverbike as a blocker? I don't think I do. It feels like it's not necessary. And yes, I do have a tapping ability. At some point can even use it. Now, if you're wondering why didn't I play the befriending the mods, because I think the papercraft decoy is the card I need to do it right now. And then I can either use the decoy to draw a card, or just make the Hand of Enlightenment into a 3/3. Now if they do that and attack with only one thing, they can tap it down. Then I don't have mana with this thing. Yeah, I probably need to draw the card actually. They can also attack with everything. That is something I need to pay attention to. I'm only at 6 here. Ninja's Kunai. That's also going to... Yeah, I think the game, the event is over now. The fact I missed the second land drop twice gave the opponent enough time to, you know, build this board and threaten my life total. And also it doesn't help that I actually had to discard a card. If I had access to that 5 mana card, that would, you know, do something. It would do something at least. Now it seems I have no... Yeah, they have too much going on. The Architect of Restoration, because those 1/1s, they will pile up. That's going to be a very big problem unless I draw my Seismic Wave. So let's see if they're gonna... I don't think they should use the Kunai now. They should wait and see what I do with it. With my stuff now. So now if I double block, of course the Ninja's Kunai will be horrible for me. And I can't just keep taking damage because this is gonna put me to 0 life very soon if I mean, I'm basically at 3 now as long as they haven't used the Ninja's Kunai. So, well, I think it's just going to have to be like this, isn't it? I don't really see what else there is. Not that Kunai won't prevent. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 4 now. Any pump spell will make me lose now. I'm basically losing to so many things. I can't afford to play around that stuff now. So now if they use the kunai to kill one of these, I can still get rid of the architect, and then I basically do need to find my seismic wave. If I can find my seismic wave, that can allow me to survive. The 1/1s die, and one of these guys will die too. I'm assuming the architect goes away. If they can save it with another trick, then of course I will lose. So they do have a way to save it, because this is not enough to. No, that is. They just used the kunai for no reason at that point. Okay. Well, I mean, look at this board state. I need a seismic wave right now. Come on. Not quite. But I can play that and the Blade Blizzard Kitsune. They still have that thing. No, I'm in no position to attack with the. I'm in no position to attack with the high-speed hoverbike, but this is fine. I can actually have a double strike. I can deal 6 in the air, but it's just. I mean, I have so few defenses here. I guess I hope they do go for all-out attack in here, and my Kamigawa helps it make. Yeah, they can do that. That is annoying. I guess I just have to. The motor patrol. I guess I can make it too, but it doesn't. Now. I think I have to use the Kami's flare there. It's really because I can't take the 2 here. I don't want to go to 2. I also don't want to trade with the Blade Blizzard Kitchen, and I also don't want to lose 2 cards to kill 1 thing. Like I said, the Yukai Trainer is really good against my deck. But maybe if they have a trick there, that could be interesting. I'm gonna block it just in case they have a trick, so I get to, whatever. They did it, so let's do this. I could have, got a nice 2-for-1 there, but how do I? Okay, another trainee. That's okay. I need the seismic wave. Come on, seismic wave, please. Seismic wave, seismic wave. Brute suit. Well, it's not bad. I can block. Okay, it's time to. Oh, so let's see. They have 5 attackers, but I have 3 blockers if I reconfigure here. No, that's enough. So let's reconfigure on the Blade Blizzard Kitsune and play the Brute Suit. So now that means I will be. I should have actually maybe. It's too late now. I could have used the sling there, but I will have 3 blockers. So if they attack with everything, it's not a good attack for them. If they attack with 1 samurai, well, I have a double striker and the 4/3. They can tap down the double striker and then. But of course, if they draw like anything relevant, I will lose. But that has been the case for many turns now. If they draw relevant stuff like removal here, it's gonna be almost assuredly game over. Okay, so they did draw something. Well, no, not necessarily actually. I can just trade now with the Brute Suit here. It's fine enough, I guess. At some point I might be able to use my tapper, but yeah, these trainees are so good. They trade up so well. It's really impressive 2-drop. Yeah, I mean, what would be nicer than attacking for 8 in the air with befriending the mods, but how can I do that? Oh, come on. That is the 3rd trainee, and it is giving exactly the kind of trouble I knew was gonna happen. Come on, Planeswalker. No Planeswalker there. But now I'm in trouble. I guess I can tap down, but it's not working the way I want it to work. So I think I need to unattach this. And then I start to use the Moth Rider Patrol. I need this to crew the hoverbike, that's the thing. Alright. But man, if I just would find a seismic wave here, that would be good. So now if they attack with the subduer, they can tap down the 2/2 double striker, but then I can, block with the 2/2. And if they attack with more than one creature, they can't use the tapping ability, and I have good blocks here. Okay, this is interesting. They have 10 minutes time. I have around 10 minutes too. The first two games in this match were really fast, and now it's gonna be a slow grind fest. But yeah, this is the one where I kept one lander, missed my second land drop 2 times. Okay, so they choose to go for it. They can of course have a relevant spell in their hand. I mean, that's easily possible. Okay, that's dealt with. No more tapping unless they have another one of those in their hand. They have a Coiling Stalker. Okay. That's the Spiritual. Now this can also be used as a trick. So is that worth it? I mean, if... Okay, one thing is sure. If I had a Seismic Wave here, I would be able to kill so many of these things. Actually, that would be 4 of these would die, and they would be left with 1, 2, 2, either the Naturalist or the Trainee. That's wild. That's really wild. So I can use this and the Tapper. No, I can't use that and the Tapper. That's wrong. I don't see a reason to use this now. Good. Yeah. I'm just gonna pass now with the tapping ability up. And I will just tap down a Yukai Trainee. And then I have this. This will return it at the beginning of the next end step. So that's not gonna return the thing immediately. Okay, befriending the mods is going to not be so good when I have the tapping ability up. But this doesn't get rid of enchantments, only creatures and artifacts. Yep. Okay, you can do that. I will tap it down. They got a warning here for the timer, but I'm pretty sure they are gonna have enough time to. Yeah, now, oh yeah, that's the sad part of this thing. I have to actually trade with my double striker now. That is. Well, I can use the touch the Spirit Realm in conjunction with the sling. But is that something I can afford to do? But I think I need my double striker here. Because that's the thing that's keeping those guys at bay. So if I double block here, I let the first strike resolve from the double strike, and then I will save this. I will lose the Seeming Thing, so I will lose 2 cards no matter what. Or I can just do this, but I can't keep this at bay. Now I could take 2 damage, but it's not great when I have so few. I mean, they have so many creatures. If I just could draw my Seismic Wave, that would be so amazing. I haven't drawn it, I'm sure. Alright, so these Yukai trainees, I guess they could have been just, 3 mana 3/3s or something like that, but dealing with them has been super annoying. Was I supposed to move this here just to prevent that from happening? Then they can attack with everything and I lose. Yeah, that's not a good idea. So I'm just thinking if I should trade and and hope to find a Seismic Wave to deal with the situation. I think that is. I just need to find something. Yeah, I'm gonna trade here. I will use the Touch the Spirit Realm for some other purpose. That's just how it has to go. Bone to Drive. So I can again tap down the thing that gets to fly, and I can use Bone to Drive to basically trade with the Yukai Naturalist, I think. Oh, but I don't have the 3 mana after I use the tapping ability, so touch the spirit realm. No. Attack with everything and... Oh man. This is not working, isn't it? I guess I can... Okay, what I can do... But they can also just make this into a flyer. That's also true. I guess I just have to make it happen. So I'm gonna do this. This is maybe feels a bit weird, but I can't use the tapping ability here. So this allows me to block the coiling stalker if they want to make that, you know, connect in the air. I will trade with the Motorrad patrol if they target the coiling stalker, which they seem to be doing. So this is good for me now. This is better than them using that on the naturalist. So now they don't, of course, know about my bone to drive here, so they attack with everything now. And I can either kill the naturalist or those tokens. I will be at 2 life no matter what. I will lose my tapper, but I have to touch the spirit realm, which will be getting rid of this befriending the mods here. So 1/2/2 thing, or... Yeah, I guess the Simeon Sling can anyway block those 1/1s, and I can still find my seismic wave, which will get rid of these for free. No spell. Okay, no, that's... Okay, so I'm gonna go to 1 here. Yeah, this is very difficult. I guess... Well, I just need to top deck a lot better than the opponent is doing. If I just could find the seismic wave at some point, that would have been so great. Okay, they have a creature, so I don't think I'm gonna win now. No more. I guess the planeswalker, even that isn't gonna be enough. That's it. So that was a bit disappointing event. The deck wasn't that great, but I'm just thinking if I could have drafted another kind of deck. Maybe not take the red cards and maybe be like blue-white, green-white. Definitely white. Not sure, but yeah, 1 win is just miserable, of course. At least it only took day one attempt, which means that this didn't cost me anything. So that's that. But yeah, the deck, I think I just had an aggressive deck, which now I'm gonna say this is for fine deck because I have a good curve outs here possible. I have the dragonfly suits, the hover bikes, and the befriending the mods to keep attacking in the air. I have a removal here, and I have the bomb rare. So I wouldn't say this is a bad deck. But of course the opponent's decks were very good too, and when 2 reasonably good decks battle each other, a good deck will win and a good deck will lose. So that's just how it goes. And now this is going to be back to regular schedule of drafts. So next draft will, not even sure which one it is, but either premier or traditional draft depending on which one was my previous draft. I guess this one was a traditional draft, but I think because it was a best of 3, but anyway, it doesn't matter. If the next one is a traditional draft, then it is. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.